Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome again to Insights with Harriet, a channel where we grow, we learn, and we change the quality of our lives, and as always rooted in God's word. So guys, today I want to talk about the unwillful or prolonged season of singlehood. Why are people having such a prolonged season of singlehood, yet their hearts are willing to settle down? They will do anything to settle down, to have a partner, to move to the next level, which is called marriage. Why is their dating life just not always being successful, or just can't move to the next level? That is what I call unwillful singlehood, because you want it to happen, but for some reason there's a wall that is making it, you just can't pass through this wall to the next level. Yet you do the right things, but there's just a reason why it's just not happening. So even before I start this video, the first thing I want you to do, analyze yourself as a person and ask yourself why. Why am I single? The next thing I want you to ask yourself is, what am I doing that may be wrong? Why I cannot move to the next level? And if I'm doing all the right things, is there anything that looks like an invisible barrier that is causing this not to happen? So guys, God wants us to settle down. God created marriage as a beautiful thing. He said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God, according to Proverbs 18:22. But guys, even before I start this topic on that we have today, are you that good wife? Are you that king that will obtain favor from God? Because if you are because for you to be a good wife, the way the Bible says, you don't get into marriage then become a good wife. You must be found when you're already complete as a good wife. You must have your visions, you must have your goals, you must have your relationship with God, you must have your character, you must be a full package. Of course, you're human, there are things you can have flaws left and right, but are you that package? Are you wifeable? So you must come as a complete person, as a wife, for this man to find you as a complete wife. And you, man, who wants to obtain favor from God, you must come as a king. You must know how to love a woman as Christ loved the church. You must have visions. You must have goals. You must have started creating a kingdom, or you must have a kingdom, because this good wife that comes as a package, a queen cannot exist or cannot thrive in a place where there's no king, where there's no king and there's no kingdom. So for you to also attract this good wife, you must be a king yourself. And for you to obtain the favor from God that God talks in Proverbs 18:22, you must be a king yourself. You must learn to love whoever God will give you. You must have that vision of loving this person as Christ loved the church. You must have goals. You must have visions. You must have your relationship with God right. You must have things going for yourself, your character, for you to obtain this favor that God is talking about. So in my previous video, guys, I talked about the different ways that people become single. There's sometimes someone, maybe you had a partner and this partner passed on, so you become widowed. So definitely you will suffer prolonged singlehood, because now you're by yourself. Some are single out of divorce, because maybe the previous relationship just did not work out for one reason or another. So that makes you also single. And some people are also single due to past trauma. Maybe the previous relationship was so toxic, was so full of drama, that you just say, I'm not ready to see anyone at the moment. So you just take a chill pill and just say, I'm not dating maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, so that you can just heal, or just reassess yourself and to come out of that trauma. And others are just single. They're just not meeting the right person. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. No matter what you do, people just can't commit to you. You just can't get to the next level, or you just can't meet the person you want. It's just not happening no matter what. So you find yourself always trying and trying and getting disappointed. for one reason or another. Some are your own mistakes, and some are through spiritual battles, things that you're not even aware of. So the basis of my topic today is on these people who really, really want to settle down like yesterday, who are trying to do everything right to settle down, but it's just not happening for them. So this is why we want to find out, why are you single? Why is there a prolonged singlehood, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years? Yet you have been trying, yet you are beautiful or handsome, yet you are on the dating scene, you're trying even to meet people, but it's just not happening. This is why we ask yourself, why? So we want to, I'm categorizing it in two ways. One, the physical things you may be doing, in your present life, that the physical things you might be doing that are hindering you from going to the next level. Other one is the spiritual things. Some things are just beyond you on why you cannot move to the next level. So guys, let's start on the physical things, why you might be hindered from going to the next level, hence suffering unwilful or prolonged singlehood. Number one, are you materialistic? Because there's some people, the first thing, quality they look for in a partner is financially stable. Being financially stable is okay, but materialistic in that if this person is not rich, you cannot not even look at the person twice. Because of that, being materialistic, you overlook the values, you overlook the visions. Someone may not be at that at the level where they are in that level, but look 6 months or 1 year down the line, the person will be different. And if you are to be judged on someone who is very rich, yet you are not rich yourself, so you also work hard, because this person could also be looking for a lady who's made it, or for a man who's made it. So being materialistic is one thing that hinders very many people, especially ladies, from meeting their God-ordained people, because they put that it's a superficial need. Fine, someone can be materialistic, then what? The person could be a murderer, got this money through killing people around. You never know. Number two, another thing that can make you suffer from prolonged or unwillful singlehood is having over expectations. You want this tall, dark, handsome, or this light-skinned man, or this lady has this body type, or this lady who is light-skinned. So if a lady who is maybe slender comes to you, you cannot talk to this lady. If a lady who is dark comes to talk to you, no. If a man comes to you and is not tall, the superficial things I'm talking about, you can't, and maybe you can't give this person an ear. Yet this person could be so visionary, could be so loving, so you end up missing on the good people because you're looking at these superficial features. Of course, as a human being, you also want to settle with someone who's, good on the appearance, but it should not be the number one look. There are more important things. If now you're mature, you will know that there are more important things to look for. Number three, entertaining the wrong people. You want to settle down, but the people you date are just the bad boys. I mean, how do you expect to move to the next level of marriage if the bad boys are the only people you're seeing, or the bad girls, whatever they're called? Because these are people who commitment is not in their vocabulary. They're just out to have fun, out to have a good time, and they move to the next. Just today they will be with you, tomorrow they'll be with someone else. You cannot, and that time you are dying in love with this person. This person will never commit to you because commitment is not in their DNA. And some, they even say it, but because you're so in love, you just never see it. So you will wait for 5, 6, 7 years for this person to settle with you. And this bad person will also never drop you because you're easily available. You're easily available. So whenever you're always their kickback plan. So you'll wait and wait and wait. So you're entertaining the wrong people. That's a big reason why many people, many ladies or many men are single, and single for long and can't move to the next level. Another reason is your own sins. What are you doing behind the scenes? Are you having relations with married men? Are you having relations with married women? That is a sin, because you're becoming a home wrecker. And what you're doing to someone, what you're doing to others will happen to you. And you never know the tears of whoever is left at home crying because their husband or wife is being snatched. You don't know what prayers they are making. They may curse you even unknowingly. Sometimes they don't even know it's you dating them. But because of those tears and those words they say, you may end up being cursed, and you may end up like being like a vagabond. You move left and right and will never settle down just because you chose to sleep with married men. It's good to pick your own. Leave married men or leave married women alone. There's so much baggage that come with them. Another thing that leads to prolonged or unwillful singlehood is sometimes we become too judgmental of each other. What people have to know is that everybody is a human being, also just working hard to survive in this life. Sometimes because of past traumas or whatever, you build a wall on so much that when someone comes to talk to you, just one word they say, it's a trigger. You start judging this person so much that you can't even see the good in this person. You go on the first date and everything the person say, you judge it. You literally build a wall. How do you expect to be dated if you're too cautious or you're too judgmental of people? And in that case, I also want to say that people need to know, especially women, that not everybody who talks to you wants to marry you. Some just want to be your friends first, and some, through this friendship, beautiful things can blossom out of it. So if you're too judgmental, or if you see that anybody who comes to you is a potential husband, so you automatically treat them like this narcissist or this bad man or this bad woman, take your time and know people. Don't be too judgmental. And not everybody who comes your way automatically wants to settle down. Sometimes just get to know people first. It's a problem that happens to people who've been hurt in the past, because you find yourself unknowingly building a wall. So this wall, it needs to be broken for you to move to the next level. The walls must come down. Don't be too cautious. Give everybody a chance. Let them also give you a chance. Learn to know people for who they are on the inside. Well, sometimes because of past hurt, you become so triggered by even the way someone is chewing. Already you don't want that person because it reminds you of something, or it just disgusts you, So don't be too judgmental sometimes. You may end up missing out on beautiful opportunities because you didn't let your guard down. You didn't let your heart to learn to know other people better. Another thing is having multiple partners. How do you expect to focus on many people? To focus on one person. How do you expect to focus on one person when you're with every lady or with every man? How will you get to know them on a personal level? You need to, and also spiritually, that is not good. So focus on one person, get to know them better, get to know their goals, their plans, their vision, how you fit in, how they'll also fit in into your life. Give it a chance so that you can see how it will grow and how it will blossom. But if you sleep with several people, your head becomes confused. You definitely will suffer from prolonged singlehood, because you'll never get married to one of them, or one of them will never pick you because you're also non-committal, because there are too many people to deal with. Another reason which really, really affects relationships is announcing too soon. Someone talks to you, someone vibes you or takes you on a date, and you want to tell all your friends, you want to tell all your colleagues and neighbors that somebody took me out, somebody talked to me, somebody told me this. You never know who is for you and who is against you. I'll call them household enemies. Be very, very careful. Just learn to keep quiet. Let this relationship blossom first. Let it move from one level to another to another. Then when it's serious, now you can, bring the word that, hey, I'm seeing this person. And of course, definitely you have to tell one or two people, because you also need someone else's perspective or perception on this person. But don't go telling everybody. When you mention things when they're half-baked, such things really kill relationships even before they start. There are so many enemies of progress around, by the way, just so you know, because you don't even know why you've been suffering prolonged singleness in the first place. The person you are sharing with could just be the reason why you're where you are right now. So now let's go to the second part, which is the spiritual side of it. As I said, some people, not their fault, suffer from spiritual battles that they're not even aware of. Not aware of. So you wonder, everybody around you is getting married, everybody around you is dating, everybody around you is doing so well, but You have all the qualities, but for some reason you just can't go to the next level. These are the spirit, invisible barriers. There's a reason why it's not happening. First of all, one of the reasons is the sexual soul ties. You must break from the past relationships you've been having. Maybe some of the entanglements you had, some of these entanglements have demons attached to them. You never know who you are having. And maybe look at it. Sometimes if you see the person, you started dating this person and all of a sudden your life started going on a downhill. How come this person didn't bring the best in you but the worst in you? Your life, this person maybe has maybe poverty spirits in them, maybe prostitution spirits in them, whatever forces or anti-marriage in them. So some of the people you get intimate with, these entanglements you get into, you find yourself suffering from the things these people are suffering for. So remember, you're already suffering of something, and you bring this person with these problems. Another thing of the sexual soul ties is when you can't detach from your ex. You're trying to move forward, but when this ex calls you, immediately you even drop your current relationship, you run to the other person. So how will you move on if you're still attached to the person you had in the past? So you need to delink yourself completely from these people you had. It's something you even have to do spiritually. Just write their names and pray to God and say, from today henceforth, I denounce and renounce every covenant I got involved in with this person, with that person, like that, so that God can release you to be free and not to have a better free relationship with the next person. Another reason why people suffer from prolonged singlehood or unwillful singlehood is because there's a strong man attached to your life. What is a strong man? A strong man is like a demon attached to your life. Some demons come through spirit husbands and spirit wives. The incubus for the spirit husband and succubus for the spirit wife. Did you know that you can be married spiritually without you knowing? Did you know that you can even have children spiritually without you knowing? Because a demon comes into the night and has sexual relations with you, becomes intimate with you. And these things that are, these strong men are so jealous sometimes that if they see a physical man coming to talk to you, they bring a veil of rejection on you, or they cause things. They're very jealous, so they make sure this person will never want you. And this person, it's as bad as this person can want to come and talk to you, and all of a sudden chaos starts happening in that person's life. They even lose their jobs, just so that they're not losing their jobs because they've done something wrong, but because this strong man does not want this relationship of yours to flourish. Or you find yourself so disgusted with a man who loved you so nicely, is doing the right thing, treating you well, or a woman who loved you so well, who loves you so well, but you find yourself so disgusted with this person for no good reason. It's because there's a spirit controlling you. It's because there's a spirit that has owned you. So some of the times you find yourself so disgusted with your partner, and you find yourself even breaking up for no reason. Do you know people even break up for just saying you're no longer beautiful or handsome to me, or you're no longer this and that? Or when you just want to start getting into that relationship and you've decided this is the person I want to date, something just takes over and you find yourself not wanting it again, or that person finds himself or herself not wanting you again. It's because there's something controlling them. And these things happen through witchcraft. Someone summons demons on you. These things happen through sexual perversions, this watching of pornographies, masturbations and things like those that invoke these demons to come into your life, whether you know it or not. The thing that causes these things is idolatry, worshipping of other gods. Whatever god you serve, they come with their minions, they come with their things. And these things can get into you because of whatever idols you're worshipping, and these things will own you. So however much you try, however good you are, however visionary you are, however beautiful or handsome you are, you will just never get married because there are things controlling you. So that is the number 2, is the strong man attached to your life. Another thing is generational curses. That's why the first thing I asked when I started this topic is, ask yourself, why am I single? Or what would be causing me to suffer from prolonged singlehood? Look at your generations. If you're called, let me say, Annabelle, look at all the Annabelles in your family, in your lineage. Are the Annabelles married? Are the Johns married? That is one. Number two, look at your father's side or your mother's side. Are all the aunties married? Are all the uncles married? Number three, are all the firstborns, lastborn, or whatever born in every family, either on your father's side or your mother's side, married? This is something that is generational, because way in the back, maybe your ancestors wanted wealth or served other gods, and they gave up a whole generation of maybe people called Annabelle. Or they gave up, you see, like in Egypt, all the firstborns were being killed. Or maybe something was done for all the firstborns, or for the firstborn girls or firstborn boys. So you find everybody around you settling down and growing, but you are stuck. You are stuck unwillfully. You do not want to, you wish and you long to move to the next level, but for some reason, an invisible barrier pushes you back. So generational curses is one of the reasons why these things happen. With time, in other topics now about generational curses and things like this, I'm going to expound more on these topics. Another reason is the agents of darkness, just making sure it doesn't happen. Someone just doesn't like you. Maybe is competing with you at work. That's why I was saying this thing of telling people, everybody, your business. Oh, I'm dating. Oh, I'm this. Just shut up sometimes. An agent of darkness could, and maybe they're not even that darkness, like they're worshiping the devil or something, but just their hate for you could make them go to altars to silence you in that department. They just say that because I don't like this person so much, may they never be married. You see this statement that people say, oh, so and so a person, may they never know peace. Such careless statements people make, but such statements curse you knowingly or unknowingly. Just because maybe they see maybe the bosses like you at work, or you see maybe your friends because maybe you're flourishing more than them, for any reason, they curse you with their words. Not that they go to whatever, but they curse you with their words. So that's an agent of darkness, whether they go to witch doctors or just use their own words to say these bad things. They are cursing you. So that is why sometimes, whatever you do, you will never move to the next level. So you need to know some of these things. I tell you, that's why sometimes I always say, when you've seen a season in your life that has taken long to flourish, because God created us to flourish. He blessed us with this earth and everything in it. He even gave us dominion of it. According to Luke 10:19, he gave us dominion and authority. So if we have all this dominion and authority, why are we not progressing? He blessed us with spiritual things in heavenly places, according to Ephesians 1:3-4. Even before you were born, he already blessed you. But why are you not accessing God's given gifts and God's given promises for you? It could be your own sins, and it could be spiritual battles. That was my topic for today. And again, I'm asking, ask yourself, why am I single? Start from there. When you start from there, look at your family, look at yourself, look at your environment and surrounding. Why are you single? It could just be something as silly as you just like the bad boys. No bad boy will ever commit to you. Commitment is not in their vocabulary, so you can't blame the world for that. So such things, think about it, and as you continue with these topics, we'll delve in more and more and more and break these things, break them, and make sure that everybody, for those who want to get married, because some suffer prolonged singleness because they don't want to, but for those who want, but for some reason it's not happening, this is where now you need to start now waking up and working on it. So guys, this is the topic I had for today, and I hope it was a blessing. Please share, like, and subscribe. Send to a friend and to a friend. Please share, like, and subscribe. And yeah, let's wait for the next topic. And as always, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.